Making a piece of artwork is like baking a cake. The elements are like the ingredients and the principles are like the recipe. Every piece of artwork contains one, some, or all of these elements and principles. When you understand that and combine the two objectives in the right way, you can produce great art. These are the principles of design: emphasis, variety, unity, scale, rhythm, balance, and pattern. Emphasis and contrast. Contrast is used to point out the main focus or emphasis of your artwork and grab your eye. Contrast is created when different elements are put together to make something easier to see. For example, putting a light color next to a dark one, different shapes or forms, or even different textures together. The contrast it creates puts an emphasis on a certain part of the painting, and so your eye is easily drawn to it, and then it becomes the focal point. In this picture, the contrast between the light colors of the surrounds and the dark colors of the figures draws our eyes to the focal point and emphasizes the figures. In this picture, the focal point is created by the directional lines of the repetitive use of the pillars, drawing our eye to the intended focal point, which is the man. Variety is using a lot of different elements to make your artwork more interesting. Variety is achieved when these art elements are combined and used in different ways to catch your eye or your attention to a picture. When we use variety, we must use it carefully, as too much variety can lead to a piece of art that is not unified or harmonious, but rather creates a messy lot of unrelated elements and confusion. Too little variety can lead to a boring piece of art. In this picture, the variety of different lines and the variety of different colors are put together to create a very warm, heartfelt picture. Unity or harmony. Unity is when the different pieces of artwork fit together, creating a feel and a look of harmony. So unity is the use of various art elements like shape, form, line, texture, variety, and value. When they are put together, they create a unified or a harmonious picture. Unity therefore refers to the wholeness or the oneness that is achieved in the picture by using all these different elements. In this picture, the curved lines, similar geometric shapes, and the same toned colors create the unified, harmonious art piece. Proportional scale is about the size or position of an object compared to another in order to emphasize a certain part of the picture. Proportion also tells the position of one object compared to another. Items or objects in the foreground are larger than the items or objects in the background of the artwork. The middle ground is in between the foreground and the background, as it suggests. Scale is the comparison of an object size to its environment or to other objects. Scale and proportion are used in art to emphasize or exaggerate an aspect of the artwork, to give it importance, convey a stronger message, or to create a focal point. In this picture, we see the leaves of the tree in the foreground, the people are in the middle ground, and the Eiffel Tower is in the background. The size and proportion of these elements compared to each other is what shows us this. Repeated use of elements create a sense of rhythm or movement. When we repeat our art elements of line, color, shape, form, value, space, and texture regularly, this creates an illusion or a sense of rhythm and movement. If there are only a few elements and they spread apart, the visual rhythm is slow. If there's a lot of elements and they are closer together, the visual rhythm is faster and the picture can look really busy. The visual rhythm and movement also creates emotional or feelings when we're looking at that picture or painting. Balance. We learn about 3 types of visual balance in artwork: symmetrical, asymmetrical, and radial. Balance is created in our artworks by using the art elements of line, shape, and color. An artwork can be balanced symmetrical, that's where both sides are the same, asymmetrical, where each side is different but there's an equal use of space, or radially, where the artwork starts in the middle or the center of the page and moves outwards to the edge of the canvas. Patterns and repetition is the use of similar elements of art, repeatedly creating a pattern. Patterns in artwork are created when the elements of art like line, shape, or color are repeatedly used. This repetition creates a unity or a consistency and shows a relationship between all the elements. In this picture, the repeated use of the square and circular shapes create the pattern. The patterns of the horizontal and vertical line connect the picture, and the repeated use of color and spaces create a vision of unity. I hope you find it interesting learning about the principles of design and you enjoyed every minute of this tutorial.